Okay, up first we got a new suppressor company. It has some pretty cool technology.
Again, this is 3D printed, lets us do some things that you couldn't. So these 80 holes that go through here, both can give you a Venturi effect to cool. It also goes through the first 3 baffles, those holes. And then I build in a Venturi with, this is the flash cap. The Venturi cap will suck air through as you fire. It'll use the projectile to do that. And we've got this is hub compatible with absolutely everything out there, including the long surefire. And we have our own as well. And it comes with another 3D printed part that has the baffles built into this tube and can take extra heat. It's just offering maybe a little bit more than most do straight out of the box.
Okay.
All serviceable. We have them in both Inconel and titanium.
Okay. This right here is a one-off gold Alpha Foxtrot Romeo. It's made to be used at shows. This is a new take on the old school FunNGun. The way it works is pretty cool, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty interested in getting one of these for myself. It even comes with shoot-through covers you can cover the barrel with to make it look like a pen all the time. Okay, this was just an absolutely crazy done laser engraved gun right there. Right there is Trump on that side right there. And you're gonna go ahead and get on back to back right here. And on this side, you're gonna have the devil. Then on the other side, you're also gonna have the devil fighting the good Lord right here on this side. As you can see there, you got God on the back side and some angels. Right there is the devil again. You're gonna go ahead and move up here to the front, and you can't hardly see it, but Hillary Clinton is also in that right there as the devil as well. So I thought that was pretty cool as the way that one's set up. And here is some still shots of the same gun so you can get a little bit better look at it. Thought this was pretty cool. It's a Gen 3 Glock clone with a comp on it for around 350 bucks. May try to see about getting one of these to do a video with on the channel. Up next is Battle Arms, which makes pretty cool guns. This is their tanker model that comes in 5.56 and 300 blackout. I really like the way that looks and wouldn't mind having one of them. This is their Star Wars Blaster Han Solo clone, and right here's a picture of me holding it. I thought that was a pretty cool gun, just something different. Next is American Precision Firearms with a bunch of cool looking competition style guns here. And here is a couple of their Strike 1 pistols and their double barrel 1911. Wouldn't mind checking out the compact Strike 1, it's a pretty cool gun there. This is the angled spade Glock 19 compensated slide. This works on all the guns that accept the Glock 19 frame from Gen 1 through Gen 5. The one right here is mounted on a Ruger RXM. Not gonna lie, I'm gonna try to get my hands on one of these to do a video. It's a really cool setup. Gonna head on over to the Jacob Gray booth here and check out the TWC Hex. Gotta say, it's a really pretty gun, especially this one right here with the kind of bronze barrel with the ports in it and the green color. I really like that gun quite a bit because it had a nice grip texture to it, a nice trigger, and just all around extremely smooth slide. Just look cool in general. And let's go ahead and head over to Magpul here and check out the new Ruger RXM grip in the 26 size and the 17 size. They're finally starting to come out with some new grips. Now, these were 3D printed prototypes and they didn't have an exact date on when the new ones are coming, but the fact they're working on them is pretty cool. Not gonna lie, I don't have a whole lot of information on this gun other than it looked really cool. Took a picture of it, and that also goes for the next rifle right here. Just thought it looked cool, so I went ahead and grabbed a picture of it as well. And up next was something I had to get my picture with. This is a high point rifle set up as a shovel. Has the shovel handle and actually has a shovel actually hooked onto it right there, as you can see. So that's pretty funny and something pretty interesting from High Point. You're getting into the AR market. And right here we got an H&K G36 22 LR clone, and if you know me, I love a good 22. Not gonna lie, this is actually a gun I was kind of hoping they didn't have with them because I've been looking at picking one of these up for a little while now. It's a very expensive gun, but it's actually extremely pretty in my opinion. They only made 10 of them with the case hardened grip right there. That is a collaboration between SK Guns and Phoenix Trinity. This gun right here is actually serial number 1 and belongs to the owner of SK Guns. And here we have another limited edition finish string that I've been interested in for quite a while. I gotta say, these guns are extremely smooth and have awesome triggers on them. This is something that I would definitely love to pick up and have for myself one day. Couldn't pass up the opportunity to go ahead and grab a picture with two big old Taurus revolvers. Some of the Henry carbon fiber series guns. I gotta say, they're a little heavier than I expected them to be, but pretty cool looking. I'm not gonna lie, I did talk to the owner of this company and try to do a custom holster gun for them to do a review with on the channel. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm looking forward to that because there's some pretty cool stuff done to this. And went ahead and got a quick look at the new Springfield Tuning PCC. It's pretty cool. Not gonna lie, the only thing I kind of did not really prefer about it would be the fact that they went ahead and chose to make a proprietary magazine. As you'll see here in a second, I go ahead and pull the magazine out of the gun and check it out right there. And it does have a metal feed loop in it. It's a really well-made mag. It just kind of think it would have made more sense for them to go with a Glock mag or at least a CZ Scorpion mag because they're already established on the market. But at least it's a nice magazine at that. And it's going to bring us to the firearm FP Pro concept gun. Just kind of some of the colorways that the series came up with. I really like that one idea. It's kind of those looking ones, kind of a purple color to it. And I like the one right there. It's mostly black, has a little bit of rose gold. The one there on the right corner, got a little bit of purple to it. Pretty cool as well. Here's the new ported barrel. I thought that was pretty cool how they actually made that work. And they want to come right here, and that's going to be the new compensated model. I'm looking forward to hopefully get my hands on one of them. And we got the Diamondback 5.7 rifle right here. Like I said, it's a pretty cool gun. Doesn't weigh hardly nothing at all. And that is going to bring us to the Beretta booth. We're going to take a look at some of the cooler Beretta 92 offerings. The first one there is a Blackbeard Custom. That's a really cool looking gun. Some nice looking ports in it. You got the shiny gold one right here. I'm not 100% sure what the black one in the center is. And this is going to be some more of the offerings of the Beretta 92. I just went ahead and kind of got some B-roll of them because I thought it was kind of funny how many different variations of this particular gun they actually make these days, and just different colors and packages you can get on it. And right here is all the different camo variations they have of the 92 at this point. And up next was something I found pretty cool. This is the new CUDA CX595 reflex sight. It is an RMR footprinted dot with a really large window. It comes in at a really good price point. You can get it in a multi-reticle or a thrill MOA, depending on which one you are looking for. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna try to get my hands on one of those for a review on the channel here. And that's gonna bring us over here to the Kimber booth where we can check out all the new variations of the 2K11 and some of the ones that they are considering making. This is the new MJD carbon fiber composite grip version of the gun with the target sight on it, and as always, the MJD grip feels really nice in the hand. And a little bit closer look at the concept guns here they had at the show there to see what people were interested in. This was more of an earth tone color. Then you're going to have the two camo ones here, and then the final one's going to be kind of a bronzish orangey color with a little bit of a battle-worn look to it. This is definitely the most in-your-face out of all of the concept guns. If you're interested in any of these colorways, you better head over to the Kimber social media page and let them know which one you like, and maybe they'll come out with it. And that's going to bring us to the Kimber CDS9, which is a cool little carry gun with a really nice trigger. Feels really nice in the hand. Been trying to shoot one of these guns ever since CanCon last year when I got a look at one, but we couldn't shoot it because they did not have a suppressed variation yet. And that's going to bring us to Ivory Johnson, where we can take a quick look at some of the beautiful 1911s they offer. This one right here having the blue finish with the golden eagle on it is just absolutely beautiful. It's a lot cheaper than you'd expect it to be as well. Right here is quite a few different variations they offer in 10mm and 45. I believe the only one out of all of these that I showed that was available in 9mm is the one on the bottom left corner. Up next is going to be the Rock Island booth here for the new STK series of pistols. And who would have guessed, it is a Glock clone pistol. This is an aluminum frame gun though, so it is a little different. And that is the full size. This is the compact. They felt pretty good in the hand, had a pretty decent trigger on them as well. Now for my favorite gun of the entire show, this is the Taylor Company TC73 9mm lever action rifle. This is a threaded rifle. This is something I've been looking for a company to build for many years. And now that somebody's finally done it, you're definitely going to end up seeing one of these on the channel as soon as I can get my hands on one of them. Because not only was this gun beautiful, it was extremely smooth, and the fact that you can shoot a suppress is just going to be an absolute blast. Not going to lie, I don't really know much about this shotgun other than it is registered as an any other weapon. I just thought it was cool because of how small it was, so I went ahead and grabbed a picture of it in the PTR booth. Went ahead and stopped by the CZ booth to check out the new Shadow 2 carry, and as you would expect, it feels identical to the Shadow 2 compact in hand, and I would expect it to shoot just as good as well, but this gun does have a few different features, one being the frame mounted decocker in the place of the safety, the other being the direct milled RMSC footprint instead of an RMR footprint and plate. Next up is going to be the CZ Shadow 2 Target 6-inch. This gun is built for bullseye shooting and it has an insanely good trigger on it, one of the best feeling handgun triggers I've ever felt, definitely on a CZ for that matter. This is the 5-inch variation of it, but sadly these guns are going to be limited imports, so they're going to be really hard to get and probably go up in value over time, so definitely a cool one to pick up if you can. Up next is going to be Matrix Arms, and if you guessed it, it's definitely another Glock Gen 3 clone, but this is not just any Gen 3 clone. I feel like this is the Gen 3 clone. What I mean by that is this is absolutely the nicest clone of a Glock I've ever put my hands on. It has a lot of nice features, just all around nice gun. If you're looking for the best you can get out of the Glock style pistol, this is definitely the one you need to look at. This one being the more competition oriented gun, it's going to have a steel frame with a more aggressive grip, so it has a nice weight to it. And this one right here being the more carry oriented gun, it's going to have an aluminum frame with a less aggressive grip on it, and it's an all around good looking gun as well in my opinion. Now I only showed you a couple of different variations of this gun, but as you can see there in the background by all the different parts, they do offer quite a few variations of this gun and just different options on their website. They all also ship with a properly tuned Timony Alpha trigger as well. One of the coolest features of this gun is the fact that the frame itself has a built-in shock buffer, which is that yellow part right there that you see. So when the slide comes back, it's going to absorb some of the energy and make the recoil impulse a little bit softer, so that's pretty cool. And if you couldn't tell just by listening to me talk about them, I really do think this is a cool gun, and I'm really hoping to get to shoot one of them someday. I did talk to them about the possibility of getting a T&E gun, so I guess we'll see how that goes. And one more cool thing they make is a pump action 50 state legal AR-15. It was actually really smooth and pretty cool with that. Up next is the Manator Arms Mat 9, which is my favorite PCC style setup of the entire show. The one on the table you see here is the Stuff and Things collaboration version with the helical mag on the bottom that is 55 rounds, and as you know, I really like guns with weird magazines, and that's what drove me to this gun, and I hope to get my hands on one of them at some point. And then this is the Matte Bullpup. I'm not sure if this is in production. I could not find anything on their website about it, and to be honest with you, I was too busy drooling over the one I just showed you to ask them too much about this one. But what I can say is that it did have a nice bounce to it and a pretty decent trigger for a bullpup as well. And up next is going to be the new Ruger RXD 22 Ti. This is their new 22 LR suppressor in collaboration with Dead Air. And as you probably guessed by the wild engineering of the suppressor baffle there, that this is actually 3D printed titanium, which allowed them to go ahead and make this a nice flow-through design so it doesn't blow as much junk back into the action, helping keep the gun clean so it'll run a little bit longer while shooting it suppressed. This is also available in black and the burnt bronze you see here. Up next was just a cool one for me, was the opportunity to get a shake hands and take a picture with two living legends of the firearms community. Of course, we had to go by the Card and Magnum Research booth and check out some of the big bore handguns. This one being a 4570 with a hex cylinder and barrel. A couple of pretty cool looking Desert Eagles here, and then just all the different Desert Eagles that they offer currently. And that doesn't even include the fact that you can go in there and custom order one of these however you want as well. Also checked out some of the cool and pretty 1911 offerings they have as well. By the EAA booth and check out some of the cooler versions of the Brat. This one being a shiny black slide with some bronze accents. Obviously this one is gold with a lot of gold accents as well, so that's pretty cool, just something different. Then this is one of their 2311s. It is a silver color with gold accents, pretty cool looking gun. And now we're going to head over to Nighthawk and look at some of the nicest 2011s and 1911s on the market. Also revolvers as well. This is a Korth 357. I gotta say, I've wanted one of these for a while, and after getting hands on one, I want one even more because they're extremely smooth, have a really nice trigger. That's going to bring us to the Sandhawk, which is everything I thought it would be. Very smooth, very nice trigger. And a few more really nice guns they make right here. This one being another double stack, really like the finish on that one. This one being a regular 1911 with a set of mammoth grips on it, and that's a really nice gun and it's quite expensive as well. But that being said, nothing says really nice and expensive 1911 or double stack 1911 more than Cabot Gun Works. As you will see here, they make some absolutely beautiful guns. This is also the company that is known for making the two most expensive 1911s ever made, being valued at around $10 million. These guns were made out of a meteorite, and I was lucky enough to see them at Louisville, Kentucky some years back before they were locked away for safekeeping. This gun right here in the center took 3 weeks to hand polish and is valued at over $30,000. It's a very pretty gun, and it'd be really hard to want to shoot it with that much time going into polishing it. And as you will see here, there's quite a few other really pretty guns. That is what they're known for, is making pretty 1911s. And that's going to bring us to one of the coolest gun safe designs I've ever seen, and that's because you never have a gun stuck in the back of the safe. You can just press this little button and go ahead and bring it around to you. This also gives you the ability to make good use of all the space in the safe as well. And that's going to bring us to the new SIG P320 MOD. This version of the gun does have the standard non-heavy X grip on it with a sandpaper grip wraparound on it. This gun also has the best out of the box 320 trigger I've felt to date, and also the 2-port comp slide as well. Finally got hands on the Kel-Tec PR57. Not gonna lie, has a pretty odd trigger on it, but still gonna pick one of these up as soon as I can find one of them without breaking the bank, because this one is weird enough and cheap enough I feel like I need to own it. Not gonna lie, I always thought the P50 was kind of cool, but never really had a use for it as a pistol. But now that they offer it with a factory brace and the red dot included, I think this is a pretty cool setup. Yep, that's right, got us another Glock clone here, this one being made by G-Force Arms, this one being the Glock 26 size gun in the red, white, and blue, and then the next one you're going to see here is the Glock 19 size in the red, white, and blue as well, and they make these in quite a few different colors. These are just ones I thought were cool. Not only did they look pretty good, they actually felt pretty good as well. I wouldn't mind getting one of these on the channel to do a review with. Bet you can't guess what this company right here makes, but I guess if you guessed AK furniture, you'd be right, and other AK components. So if you're looking for AK stuff, check them out. Up next is going to be the Holosun night vision sight setup for a handgun. The part mounted to the frame there is actually going to feed the thermal image up to the red dot mount on the slide itself, which I gotta say is a pretty cool way of making this work. As you can see there, you do get a green image on the dot when it's in the thermal mode. You can actually turn this completely off, open the window on the front, and use this as a standard red dot as well. Not gonna lie, this is something I'm hoping to get a chance to check out someday. And up next was probably one of my favorite boosts of the entire show, because they are the importers of Grand Power pistols, which in my opinion are some of the most underrated handguns on the market. The one right there you see me holding is the K22 X-Trem MK23. This is the 22 counterpart to the Excalibur that you will see in just a second, which means it actually shares pretty much the entire lower half of the gun with the Excalibur, giving it a nice 2-pound single action and a nice smooth double action trigger as well. I did actually talk to them about possibly getting one of these guns to do a review with on the channel here, and it did sound kind of promising, so hopefully you'll be seeing one of these guns on the channel pretty soon. Up next here is going to be the Excalibur Match, which means it is the full steel dust cover version of it, so it has a little bit of weight to it. I do currently own the older version of the Excalibur, and I gotta say the rotating barrel system in these guns make them extremely soft and flat shooting guns, so I can only imagine the extra weight adds to that as well. They also have a really ergonomic grip that features multiple different back straps in different shapes and sizes, so you can fit it to your hand. This is their new Monolith rifle, which as you can see there actually has the ability to push down on the dust cover and draw off the bolt. This is a side charging handled gun that you can move the handle back and forth to make it ambidextrous. That's pretty cool. Had the opportunity to check out some of the cool PSA concept guns here. With my favorite one being their take on the double stack 1911. Really looking forward to getting hands on this when it finally comes out. And last and definitely not least is going to be their concept of a 50 BMG. And I figured we'd go ahead and end the video off with something weird here. This is a Blade Runner movie blaster. And finally the swag haul, and I gotta say, you know, you had a pretty good haul when you had to take 3 pictures to show it all. And that right there is NRA 2025 Atlanta show in the books. Looking forward to the next one I get to go to. Okay, if you made it this far, I just want to say thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and share. If you're looking for more FunNGun right now, you can click one of the 2 recommended videos there. If you're looking for more FunNGun later, you can go ahead and click that there subscribe button. I sure would appreciate it. And if you're finding me from Facebook, go ahead and click that open app button at the top to make all that a lot easier, and I'll see you next time.